What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a bunch of awesome Nintendo Switch RPG news and more. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're starting off with Metal Slug Tactics. This game fell off the face of the earth. I was looking forward to it like a couple years ago and we had no idea where it went, but now it's back. We've got platforms, release date, and even a demo for one platform. So strategy RPG Metal Slug Tactics will launch for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam this fall. Publisher Dotemu has announced the PlayStation and Xbox versions are newly announced, so maybe that's the reason why the games took longer to come out, because they were making extra versions of it. Now, a demo will be available for a limited time for PC via Steam from June 10th to the 17th during Steam Next Fest. So if you want to get your hands on the game, try it out, you can do so. I know I will be on Steam. So here's a little bit of an overview, because this is a really cool strategy RPG with one of the classic arcade series. It's bringing it to a whole new light, something very different from what they've done before, and I'm very excited about this game. So Metal Slug Tactics brings the explosive charm and nostalgic fun of the cult Metal Slug series to the tactical scene. Get ready for an intense ride through the best of both worlds: classic arcade action and roguelike tactical thrills. Jump into the combat zone and revive your Metal Slug nostalgia in a whole new way. Now, this game has a tactical RPG edge with some roguelike elements mixed in. Let's get into that a little bit more. So Metal Slug Tactics offers a fresh perspective on the iconic battles of the Metal Slug series. Lead your squad to victory through strategic guile and superior firepower in a perfect blend of classic action and tactical depth. Unleash powerful special attacks and shape the outcome of each encounter. Accumulate experience after each battle to unlock new weapons or bonus perks to upgrade your team's firepower and tactical skills. You can assemble your team and rewrite the rules in this modern tribute to a cult classic. Now, there's a lot more stuff here that they talk about in terms of fighting your way to victory and getting your gears, soldiers, and all different type of stuff. Sync mechanics, massive damage, mechanical tanks, all sorts of stuff that looks really cool. But I do want to go over a little bit of the story and then some of the other key features in the game. So in the story, Donald Morden is back. After years of hiding in a country opposed to the world government, the devious general patiently stages a coup. Now he is finally ready to take revenge upon the world with the army he has secretly gathered throughout the years. The Peregrine Falcon squad will have to do everything in their power to make it through the enemy lines and take down General Morden before the war escalates into a catastrophe. Now, here are the key features. Like I alluded to, discover the first tactical RPG in the Metal Slug franchise. Awesome there. Experience a huge replayability with its die and retry roguelite progression. Enjoy amazing pixel art graphics, a heartfelt tribute to the series. Battle Morden's army in 110 handcrafted maps and 20 different mission types. Bring the perfect setup for every mission with 36 different weapons and 176 weapon mods. Choose between 9 iconic characters from the series and create the perfect team. Experience the 36 loadouts and combos to outsmart your enemies. Challenge iconic bosses from the Metal Slug universe. And headbang all the way with an amazing soundtrack by Mr. T. Lopes. Awesome stuff there. He is a great composer. So this is, once again, great news, great information overall. Shout outs to Gematsu for the write-up, and of course the Metal Slug Tactics team, Dotemu, all of them. They did a great job with this game. It looks really good, looks super slick. The RPG elements, the roguelite elements, the story, everything's kind of shaping up. Cool tactical battles that I think it would be awesome to play no matter what platform you're on. I think this is perfect for the Nintendo Switch pick up and play type of strategy RPG, which it was only going to be on the Nintendo Switch as a console exclusive, I think, at first. Then we didn't hear about it for a while, and now they're back. Multi-platform is obviously the route to go at this point. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people that buy it on the Nintendo Switch, but you want to have it out there on as many platforms as possible if you have the money and the team to get it done, and they do have the money and team to get it done, so that's exactly why it happened. So I think it was worth the wait in order to get that. So what do you guys think about Metal Slug Tactics launching later this fall 2024? Let me know in the comment section below. But now we are going to move on to another indie game that has been brought to the light here, and that is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes on the Nintendo Switch. This game launched busted on the platform. The PC version was pretty much the best one, but there were issues across all versions of the game. But the Switch version was just not in a great state, especially compared to the other versions of the game. But we now have a patch, a big patch to fix things up, and I'm going to go over that because this patch is very interesting. There's been other patches to address little bugs here and there, but this one seems to be the patch for the Nintendo Switch. So June 3rd was the announcement of it. The update patch has been distributed, so you can go download it right now at this point. This is from the official Eiyuden Chronicle Twitter account. So they said that the target platforms are Nintendo Switch. The issues resolved: 1, performance mode, graphics mode, and balance mode added under graphics settings in options. This was a big problem when it comes to the Nintendo Switch version. The performance of the game, it looks like they added a 60 frames per second mode, or at least an uncapped mode. They'll get you better than the 30 with dips here and there that it was running at, which a pixel art game like that should be 60 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch. There should be no issues with that. So they finally got that situated. Next thing up here, guys, is issues fixed in Hotfix 1.3 and 1.4, which has already been released for other platforms. Now, the latest version is Switch version 1.0.5. Now, the next big patch for the following platforms will be distributed today. That's Steam, Epic, GOG, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. Thank you for your continued support. So this was a little bit of a tragedy, metaphorically speaking, when it comes to Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, because this game had a lot of potential for people to pick it up on the Nintendo Switch. It could have been, or even still might be, the best seller on that platform. We don't know. They have not released any type of sales numbers or anything, but I know that there was a lot of Nintendo fans that were very excited to play this type of PS1 Octopath old school RPG, Suikoden style RPG, you know, from the yesteryear on the Switch platform anywhere that you want. That is the most popular hybrid platform out there, and these games have been shining on the system for years now. So when it came out, and it was clearly not the target of what they were looking for, right? That was not the system that they were actually planning to develop on. Clearly PC was number one, and all the other platforms with the bigger overhead were number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. They were on like everything, and Switch was absolutely more of an afterthought, and okay, we're gonna put it on there, but I'll give credit where credit is due. They did take the time to really get this, if this actually works out. I don't have the Switch version right now. I just have the PC version of the game, which the PC version is solid. There's still some issues, and they've been patching some things, but yeah, when it comes down to it, I need to see from the people that actually have it, or maybe I'll check out the Nintendo Switch version myself to see how the performance mode, graphics mode, and balance mode all works. But I'm hoping that this definitely helps overall in the future and get more people to pick up the game, because I think it is a good proposition on the Nintendo Switch, but I couldn't recommend it based off of the reviews that I was reading and what we did on the channel. I did a review roundup. I just couldn't recommend it because there were too many problems with the Nintendo Switch version compared to the other platforms. And the game is good, but it's not like it's a 90+ rated game and it's a must play, everyone go out there and buy it right now RPG. So I think that that's kind of rough because people were excited for this one. But what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section. We are going to move on to something else that Geoff Keighley had to say recently about the upcoming Summer Games Fest and Nintendo. So Geoff Keighley has stated that we always hope it'll be right year for Nintendo to join in on the Summer Games Fest activities. So we all know about the Summer Games Fest. Geoff Keighley has been doing it for a number of years now, and with no E3 this year, Geoff Keighley was obviously ecstatic when it comes to the Summer Games Fest, because it is the one big, I guess, third party or industry level show where you're going to have announcements from so many different companies. But one company that's usually always missing is Nintendo. And Geoff Keighley has said that, hey, he would love to have Nintendo at this event, but unfortunately, they're not going to be. So let's get into what he had to say recently in a Q&A Quote, never really had Nintendo be a big part of Summer Games Fest yet. We always hope that will be the right year for them to come in and get involved, but it hasn't happened yet. It's nice to have a couple announcements from companies, but it's nice to spread things around across different spaces. They kind of need their own thing to support all that stuff. It's always an evolving landscape. Summer Games Fest is, it's not just a 2-hour show. It's really a whole sort of time period. We don't lay claim to those events. Those companies are doing those events, but we try and bring everyone together so the audience can sort out and have a journey through all these announcements. So what he's talking about there at the end is how they say it's part of Summer Games Fest, where anytime Ubisoft has a show or Microsoft has a show or whoever has a show, they'll say, oh yeah, part of the Summer Games Fest, let's just get everybody included. And I get that. Obviously, it's a marketing tactic too for his own when it comes to the numbers and all that. And I get it. It's whatever. It is what it is with Geoff Keighley. But I do think that people get kind of crazy on Geoff Keighley, and I've done it myself with some of the things in terms of how he runs things. But I think with this, Nintendo has their own show. They have their Nintendo Directs. They do what they do, and they don't necessarily need anybody else to facilitate this. I think that if it wasn't for Nintendo when it comes down to the Nintendo Directs, I don't know if we even have what we're having with all these different companies at this point. Because when Nintendo started Nintendo Directs, they got massive backlash from pretty much everybody. So many people were saying, this is bad for the industry, this is not it, you need E3, you need live shows. This was what was said across all the different mediums. This is what Keighley and everybody else was saying in the industry, and even the fans out there. They were saying that Nintendo Directs aren't it, and now pretty much everybody does Nintendo Directs. You got indie developers doing them, you got every single company doing them. Everybody does their version or style of Nintendo Direct. Now, Summer Games Fest is a bit different, but I guarantee you, if they could do a Nintendo Direct style of thing, they would. So everybody wants to get in on that action, but Nintendo has their own thing. They have their own event, and we're going to hear about the Nintendo Direct very soon here. Hasn't been announced when it comes to the actual date and time as of the time that I'm recording this video, but when it is announced, I do think that it's going to be solid. Now, I've talked about different things at Nintendo's Direct, or what I think could be announced. So check out my videos, link in the description, or just check out the channel. You'll see them there when it comes to Xenoblade and other stuff that could come, ports, when it comes to The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. We all know the same games everyone's been asking for years now. But yeah, unfortunately, Nintendo isn't part of Summer Games Fest, and I don't see them really being any type of significant player in Summer Games Fest at any time, because they have their own events over the summer, and it usually goes really well when they focus in on what they do best, which is the Nintendo Directs and the games. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section. But we do have another topic here, and we're going to discuss this leak situation that's happened here with Google. Now, this is just a crazy story, but a Google employee apparently leaked private videos from Nintendo's YouTube channel, and this has thrown people into somewhat chaos when it comes to the current leakers. Now, you have to remember, we're going to talk about it right here. This information apparently was from 2013 to 2018, sometime between that period. So it does not involve a lot of the leakers that we've talked about, like Midori or Pyoro, guys like that, guys and girls like that. It doesn't involve them. They're not part of it. So just keep that in mind. And they've also stated that they don't have information on the YouTube back end. They're not Google employees. They don't have that information. They don't get that from anywhere. So it is what it is on that front, whether you believe them or not. I do believe them that they don't have that type of information. And right now, it's interesting to see exactly what would have been leaked beforehand, because it's a time period from 2013 to 2018. And yes, there were always leaks throughout there when it comes to Nintendo stuff. So the report comes from 404 Media, which says that a Google employee, quote, accessed private videos in Nintendo's YouTube account and leaked information ahead of Nintendo's planned announcements. Through strangely an internal investigation conducted by Google found that the supposed breach of privacy was actually non-intentional. And I don't understand what that means. It was non-intentional leaking stuff that you saw on Nintendo's back end to other people. I'm not sure how you non-intentionally do that. Maybe you're just, I don't know, sending videos and you wanted to send it to the boss or something and you accidentally sent it to somebody that you know. I'm not really sure what's happening there or whatever. But once again, this was from 2013 to 2018. It's nothing on the back end in terms of recently with Nintendo's recent stuff. So who knows what happened, but it did happen, right? So Nintendo's obviously probably going to get more involved to make sure that type of stuff does not happen when it comes to them uploading videos or what they're doing on the back end with their directs or waiting to the last second. I'm not really sure. I think they're going to take precautions to make sure that that doesn't happen again, or they've been doing that. I guess that's why maybe we haven't gotten that, I guess, from the Google end, or at least I don't think we have in a long time. So we'll see going forward. But what are your thoughts on everything that we discussed here, guys, with the Nintendo Switch RPG news and more? Let me know in the comment section. Also, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch and RPG videos right here on screen. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.